What is up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to Kaisha, this time with episode 5. Last episode was probably my favourite one yet. We had some good development for the side characters, especially in the first half of the episode. We got lots of like fan servicey stuff for people who like that. Seeing the relationship kind of heat up a little bit between our main characters, but looking forward to seeing what we do have today. Let me know what you guys think about this episode though down in the comment section. Leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. I'm also well aware I look a bit like I'm from heaven right now. I don't know, my jumper I'm wearing is extremely bright on the camera for whatever reason. So yeah, it's its own light source. But yeah, let's see what we got here. Oh, got a summer break. Do we have summer breaks at work? There's a question I have. I never have anything like this unless I booked it off, of course. That's why I think it'd be pretty cool. I mean, it's interesting because I always did kind of want to be like a teacher. I also like, there's obviously lots of negatives with being a teacher. The pay is not awfully great. It's a lot of work, a lot of hard work. You got to deal with kids, which can be nightmares. But the fact that it's not so great conditions alongside it's not great pay, it's not a fantastic job in it. But I've always liked the thought of being a teacher, and one of the positives is that you do get summer break off and you get the same breaks as the school has. But even then, you've still got work to do, like marking work and researching kind of topics and so on. I've also thought like the subjects I'm best at which would probably be sports and maths. They would be the only things I'd be like okay with teaching. I still like, there's still areas of maths, like I'm good at maths. I'm just like, there's still areas in maths that I have like no clue about. Like, I'm really bad with like diameters and parameters and shit like that. Like, I'm awful at that stuff. Although I think it's relatively simple, like if you've got the equations, it's never clicked with me. So I don't think I would be able to if I can't get my head around that stuff. It's got to be outdoor, right? Summer. Well, it depends where you go. I recently I've recently heard from like people in Australia, they like to go on to cold places for summer, because obviously they live in Australia, a very hot place most of the time. I don't know which I prefer. In the UK, I kind of get it's good because you get a bit of both. You get nice heat, you also get cold colds. That's like a positive and a negative living in the UK. I think I see it as a positive, although it's very clear the effects of global warming in the UK. I think because the extremes at which it goes to have just been getting more and more and more extreme, like extreme colds and winds and extreme hot heat, and yeah. Yeah, like I say extremist, like there's lots of places in the world more cold and more hot, but just like for what our usual levels are. Why don't we go somewhere with a bit of both? That's not impossible, right? This is what you should. This is the. This is always the answer for your woman. We'll do what you want to do. That's just how it should go. Again, surely like they can do some combination of both, right? I know they say that what they want to do is like ages away from each other, but surely there's a hot spring near like zoos and stuff, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's trying to overachieve, trying to do too many things in one. Too many messages. Too many messages. Okay. How is there that many messages? It looks like there's only like 3 on the screen. I might. They go so fast. Sorry, guys. I might have to work a little overtime. Like I read 1, 2, 3 messages here. Yeah, there's like at least 5 in the subtitles. I might have to work a little, and I'm assuming this is her boyfriend. This, I mean, I know this is just a rabbit, but it kind of reminds me of the Rayman, Raving Rabbits. I used to love playing those games as a kid. Might have to work a little overtime. I'll do my best to finish everything for tomorrow. You got this. Good job. Or it probably says like do a good job or something, like Gambare or something like that. I just got home and I'm about to start packing for tomorrow. If overtime is too rough, we can delay our departure. How does these messages say all that? It's incredible. Someone was arguing me in one. I don't know if it was my comment section. I can't remember where it was, but I think it might have been Twitter actually. About saying like the voice act. It was about voice like English versus Japanese voice actors, and obviously you know my stance on that. And then they were saying like Japanese is it's harder for English people because Japanese is so long when you translate the sentence, and that's just not true. I mean, sometimes sometimes the Japanese sentence is a lot longer, but sometimes it's shorter. It's not the rule. I think that's a pretty good example of the opposite. See, like for me, I mean, I know they care about their job and stuff, but for me, when work's done, work's fucking done. I'm going home. Although I say that, I'd never really done that when I worked at the office. I wouldn't always do overtime or anything, but I would try to help out. Like, I think it's because they'd make you feel bad for saying no. Most of the time I did say no. I didn't give a fuck about it. I remember when I worked there, I think it was during like the World Cup or the Euros, and they were asking me to stay late. I was like, fucking no way. I'm watching the football. No chance of my staying late. I'll stay an extra time. Again, you have human rights. Leave. Leave. This thing again. Another good thing I heard is like, at the end of the day, these corporations just see you as a number. They don't see you as a person. Like, fucking leave. Do they care about you this much? As you try and as much as you're like working really hard? I doubt it. Yeah, they are. Good timing. But yeah, like, does your corporation care about you as much as the effort you put into work? Fucking again, highly doubt it. So 99% of the time, no. So if my job's ending at 6, I'm going home at 6. But again, in actuality, that didn't really happen with me. A lot of people I remember, it was on the phone, so I'd take like incoming calls. A lot of people would like waste like the last 5 minutes of their shift by not like just pretending to do stuff and not actually taking a call, because if they did, it would likely go over the time that they're meant to leave, whereas I just took them most of the time. So maybe there's like, that's a bit of like who I want to be versus who I actually am. And like, I'd like to have that process of like, they don't give a fuck about you, so just go. But it's also like, it's pretty scary, the fact that if you don't, they think they might look down on you, and they might lower their estimations of you, and might be like first on the chopping block or something. Natsuyasumi. I've always liked that sentence as well. There's just a few kind of cool sentences in Japanese, isn't there? So is this a regular occurrence now, is it? Okay. Again, I like to hear that. It looks like a raindrop. It is. Raindrop cake dessert. Strange, isn't it? I imagine in real life that would look a little bit like semen. I don't know why I say that. I just feel like it would. And that would very much put me off eating it. Oh, so it is actually his hometown. I thought he might have been lying about that. And do you know what? Also have a feeling that we might see someone else here. I don't know why, because I'm not sure if anyone else is called off. There's set. Yeah, I'm not sure if anyone else has booked off summer vacation. But I don't know why. I just got a feeling that we might see someone we know here. Oh, fucking hell. Or even worse, this. So I have a couple of times. I can't remember what one of them was for, but I was on one time there's like this big hill near where I live, and when it's like snowy, everyone goes there. And there was like some news broadcast there, and they asked us to be in the background of one of the shots, throwing snowballs at each other and stuff. Make it look like you're having fun and doing stuff. I never saw it myself though. I was in the news for a train incident where we were walking on the tracks, so we ended up stalling on the trains for a couple of hours, and police came and took us home, and yeah, that was a whole thing. I had to go to the police station. This was when I was like 15, 14, so nothing came of it. Yeah. And that's a really good thing about living in the country. There's loads of like farms like that, and I really like going in there and stuff. It was quite scary as a kid though. I'm sorry, I do just want to pause for a sec. I know I'm yapping a little bit, but yeah, there's like sunflower beds and such. Again, I live in the country, so there's loads of stuff like this out here. I remember I think it was like specific when I was like 14 or 15. I was like in the back of someone's car, hot box in the car, and really high. We got out and ran into like a field like full of these, and they were all like above head height, and a bunch of us ended up getting lost, and that was actually quite scary. But it was pretty fun, and it looks beautiful, of course. I really like stuff like this, natural things like this. Again, big positive living. I very much prefer living in the country than in the city. Although I'm not too far from a city, which is good. I'm not sure how I would like it if I was like ages away. But yeah, I love like natural settings like this. Oh, romantic, a romantic place. So what was this? It's the third year of them at work. I think I said. I say it's pretty weird. It kind of seemed like a school trip, but then they said they were drinking. That's like the third year of their job. Risky. They've been always doing this then, really, haven't they? They've always been kind of, again, partaking in that heart racing kind of right in front of everyone, but hiding it type of, yeah, that type of thing. Whatever you call that. I don't know what you call that. Must be a name for it, though. Motto. Did they just walk in? It's rude. Damn. We're absolutely flying. We're absolutely flying through scenes here. I wonder if he's introduced her to his parents yet, and vice versa. I think that would be pretty interesting to see in this show. Big fan of grapes myself. Which ones do you prefer more? Purple or green? I think I prefer purple, but I kind of like them both. Do you know what? My grape life was kind of revitalized, which sounds crazy. It's a crazy sentence, but every time I buy grapes nowadays, I put them in the freezer, and my god, it's crazy how much better they are frozen. It's absolutely crazy. Put them in the freezer for a couple hours, take them out, and they're hard. But because you freeze them, it brings out the sweetness even more, and it means that you don't get any kind of, with grapes. Usually they're all good, but sometimes you get some kind of flimsy, horrible kind of textured ones. It means that that's no longer a thing as well. So it's just like, yeah, if you haven't tried it, try freezing your grapes one day for a couple hours and then eating them. It's, trust me, I'm not eating grapes any other way after doing that. And obviously it gives them that different texture. So it's almost like, they're almost like little kind of ice pops. Hard to explain. Yeah, like Groundhog Day, which was just yesterday, I think. Yeah, ironically. I hate that. I have to start thinking about job tomorrow. I can't lie. I was going to mention this earlier. The way I quit my office job, I didn't really quit. I was always a little bit scared to like hand in notice and so on. Don't know why. I just thought it was a little bit embarrassing and such. So I went on my paid vacation and I just never came back, which is not good to do. I wouldn't suggest doing it. I didn't get any like issues with that. It was just like, I think it's just quite rude. I was trying not to be awkward by saying I wanted to quit and stuff, and it was actually worse just leaving. But that was, I think I was like 18, 19 at the time, so I didn't really know what to do. But yeah, I just didn't want to come back after my holiday. Just the thought of sitting there again for fucking 8 hours a day doing the same shit, and it's, yeah. It really was a job of like the same thing every day as well. It wasn't one of those ones where like there was a slight difference, you know, it was same shit every day. Camaraderie. Yeah, when I look at that word, it looks different than how it kind of sounds to me. It doesn't, but it does. Oh, it sure is, isn't it? Out of every place we could have gone, they went to the same place. So she said everything. She's literally said everything. But yeah, I think that definitely comes through, doesn't it? She's so enthusiastic about it. She just called him Kimochi Aoi. Rude. Rude of her. So I know the case was that they wanted to. He especially wanted to spend time at the inn and such. But I would have liked to see more of the kind of scenes like the flower garden scene, the flower. I don't know what they call it, the flower farm, sunflower farm, whatever it's bloody called. Again, they flashed through the images of like the scenes I would have liked to see more. They flashed through them awfully quick, didn't they? I would have liked to again see them doing a few more active activities there, but it is what it is. I'm liking these two. We got a little bit more of those today, didn't we? That was one of my favourite parts of the last episode. So I'm hoping that's a kind of continuous thing. I mean, from what she said, they've been meeting every morning. I think on like Mondays, like 3 days a week or something like that. There's a scene from today. But yeah, that really messes him up now. So what when he's now asked, I mean it's been and gone now, but if he's now asked what he done while he was at his hometown, he's now got nothing to say. Everything he'd done has been said. But I was going to bring this up earlier. So that, well, I kind of did in a way, the fact that I thought they might end up encountering someone from work out in his hometown, which they didn't, which is good. But now, like that situation is the case for their co-workers, if that makes sense. Like, just so happens that these two co-workers, who we know is in a relationship but they don't know, just happen to go to the same place. It's almost the same as what I thought, and like we might see another co-worker there, which would be an extraordinary coincidence, wouldn't it? So yeah, that glasses girl, I mean, she looks smart, but she's not very not too attentive in terms of like social situations, perhaps, and in social kind of aspects potentially. I don't know, because she's had a lot of clues. she's gone through like a lot of little kind of hints here and there, hasn't she? But yeah, decent episode today. Again, I would have liked to seen more of like scenes like this, to be honest with you. Again, I know they just wanted to kind of chill in the like this and so on, but again, I would have more liked to seen like some more activities and a lot of the kind of scenes that we flashed through. I would have liked to seen expanded on a bit more than these scenes, to be honest with you. But that is just my opinion. I really like the scene at the end though with the glasses girl kind of digging a little bit there. But yeah, do let me know what you guys thought about this one down in the comment section. Leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. And I'll see you guys next week with episode 6.